While the animal in the zoo is visited by people in groups, the wayward person has fingers pointed at him by individuals. Good morning, bonjour, subah al khair, ẹ káàárọ̀, kọ́ láfíà, ansuma, dasba, mimamachi. You're welcome to a fresh episode. Well, an apology here again. I couldn't help it anyway. In my last episode, unfortunately, there was an abrupt power failure in my area. And so everything went dark, black. That was the reason. We will take off from where the power failed us. The last sentence there was, not a bit. Not a bit, even though I was too young for her to realize that. Yes. Okay, we continue. She knew if I didn't go to school, the other alternative was to join Azuma and other wayward boys to while away the time. Hence, my being taken back to Nyankpala. This was after I had done 1 year in Sakasaka. So in Nyankpala, I went to primary 2 to start. I didn't understand the Goma. I didn't understand the Goma language and had to learn it in a not easy way from peers. I spoke the Hausa language carried along from Tamale with my dad. I spoke the Hausa language with my dad, in other words. One notable peer in Nyankpala was Fusembla, meaning Junior Fuseni. He later adopted the name Samson, just for the reason that he liked it. He later adopted the name Samson, by which he was known in Navasco. By which he was known in Navrongo Secondary School, Navasco. Life in Nyankpala wasn't easy for me as a child. There was no tap-borne water in the township, except in the suburb, where the government bungalows and where the government quarters, is it quarters? Pardon me. Quarters. Okay, if I'm mistaken, pardon me. Where the government quarters and bungalows were located. In the quarters, they were opened short periods a day, in the mornings and evenings, for the residents only. The village fetched water from 2 pond sources, each about 2 kilometers away from home, or more. They could be more than 2 kilometers. One pond, Pallebiani, meaning street pond, or the pond by the street, because it was near the Tamale Nyankpala road. It's dried up now. It was near the Tamale Nyankpala road. Here, women and children used to bath in the open, including we boys. And we boys used to bath in the open. Women and children and we boys used to bath in the open together, before fetching same water home, We used to bath together before fetching the water home. Uh, it was not easy. You couldn't fetch water, carry it a long distance, and go and bath when your feet and everything were so dirty. So you would bath there before fetching home, some home. When you go, you can just wash your feet and know that you've had your bath. Uh, we walked school life. School life, however, was exciting. We walked to school barefooted, rain or shine. Our favorite delicacy was kose, which was fried with bean paste. And the kose in those days were big, big, fat ones. You hold one, you take one, you will know that yes, you've eaten something. All you have to do is to galloping in water. Mop, 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 mop. These days they just put some tiny things like this, and we say it's eye open. Okay, bean paste. I was I was the brightest in school for most of the period. After 6 years of primary education, sorry, full stop. After 6 years of primary education, I continued to middle school, a term of 4 years. Yes, for most of the time I was taking the first position. There were two people who were challenging me. One is Wahab. He's alive now. The other one was Jagbu, who is late. Mm. Sometimes they will beat me, sometimes I beat them. Or many of the times they are alive. And Wahab can testify to this. Term was of 4 years. Yeah. In Form 1, I took the common entrance examination, an entry requirement for the secondary school. I was the only one who passed among other candidates from all the four forms. So imagine from 1, from 2, from 3, from 4, nobody passed, but I, Form 1, was able to pass. In fact, I could have passed in P6 primary school if I had a chance. My mates had the chance back in the Sakasaka primary school, and they passed P6 primary school. But I didn't get a chance. But then when I entered Form 1, my teacher saw that no, if I took the common entrance, I would pass. It's not a Form 4 matter. So they allowed me to take, and I passed. And rather 2, 3, 4 students didn't pass. Even twice, where we come to it. From all the four forms, my then teacher, Mr. J.K. Adams, a Mamprisi man from Pesingpe, made me turn down an offer to my second an offer to my second choice school. This was St. Charles Secondary School on grounds that there were lower prospects there. My father got worried and asked him how sure he was I would pass the exam the second time for the second time for my first choice. Yes, how sure was he I would pass the exam second time to get my first choice, which was Navasco. Mr. Adams replied, Sule, he will definitely pass. I was there. It was Sule, he would definitely pass. So, true to his word, I passed again the following year, 1969. And again, the only successful candidate in the whole school. So again, the rest didn't pass. I don't know what happened. People passed earlier before my group, before I went there, but then it so happened that in my group, we were not passing. It was after I left that people started passing to go to the secondary school, passing the common entrance, I mean. And again, the only successful candidate in the whole school, though I was by then in Form 2. Yes, Form 1, I didn't go. Form 2, I passed and I went. Okay. In Nabasco, however, I had an unnoticeable position in class. I was, however, neither the best nor the worst student. Yes. I remember during those periods, I had a problem. Malaria worried me a lot. I had a lot of headache. That is one aspect of it. The other aspect of it was that we now had many intelligent people, probably at that time more knowledgeable than me, because we now had bricks. We would call them bricks. If I was a brick in my school, I couldn't be a brick in Tabasco because there were people who were more bricks than me. Mm. But then I also had malaria. I remember the whole of my all the time headache and whatnot. So these were two factors. Neither the best nor the worst student. It was there that I started wearing footwear. I never wore any footwear until I went to secondary school. And that was 69. 69, that was about 16 years. Yes. Okay. Naval School was a very interesting school. Amongst about 40 tutors, I can remember that 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 the black I remember I can remember I can remember just three. I can remember just three to be black among about 40 students. I can remember just three of them to be black. All the rest were whites. All when I entered there. Mhm. During the first term, yes, during the first term in my first year, that that is September 1969. So as when I entered, I saw that all were white except three blacks. Mm. Later on, soon after I went, black teachers started appearing there. Mm. Mm. In September 1969, with Collins George MacDonald as the headmaster. Mr. MacDonald, I salute you wherever you are. Oh, MacDonald, a very good teacher here. He set good examples in the school. Let me go to him a bit and praise him. Mm. Uh, he had moved from there from Biafra. There was a war there, and he had moved from there to Ghana to head the school. And he was very good in physics, and very just. The colonialists were just people. They saw people. They treated us with justice. Of course, they didn't know us. I remember Mr. McDonald came and two boys were fighting or arguing, a prophet and a student. It was dark, and the prophet was telling the student, "Go and sleep." The student was adamant. So go and sleep. McDonald came and met them and told the student, the junior, if a prophet asks you to go and sleep, you have to go and sleep, and nothing more than that. All right, thank you. He went away. He came back, and they were still at each other's throats. Go and sleep. The student was, and about that time, McDonald started caning us in the secondary school. Yes, because our ears, the black ear is hard. He talked to you softly. If a prophet asks you to go and sleep, go and sleep. Nothing more than that. All right, thank you. And even thank you. You can know you are still so. He started caning us. When you do any offense, bend down, stretch your waist, and don't waste my time. Para cane. Yes, he had reason to do that because our ears were hard. Another aspect of him was those students who used to smoke. If you smoke, you get your punishment, maybe suspension, usually for suspension. If McDonald met somebody alone or two people smoking and he alone saw them, he would walk away as if he didn't see them. Yes, they testified to him. But let somebody see them and go and report to McDonald, he would take action. He was a good teacher. He was a good teacher. A number of people, smokers said, they say, oh, I was smoking. McDonald came. I was trying to dodge. He saw me. But he just walked away. But somebody comes to say, a master or senior comes to say, I saw these people smoking. Oh, he will take punishment. That was wisdom. McDonald, thank you very much. And may God bless you. You are here. You are in a wheelchair now. You are our father. You are father. You are the father of Navasco. People like you very much. Hmm? It is now that we know that you were in Ghana or you were in Africa because you loved Africa. Hmm? You loved Africa, not because you, or not because of anything, but you preferred to stay in Africa. And from there, he went to South Africa. I suppose he's still there. Hmm? But I wish you uh, good. I have goodwill for you and all Navaskans. Hmm? Okay, so let's continue with Collins George MacDonald as the headmaster. In 1974, I wrote the GCE O-level general certificate, this, the O-level general certificate of examination. Ordinary level general certificate of examination was we had ordinary level and advanced level. Hmm? So 74, I did the ordinary. I did in 74, I did the ordinary level. I had division one with an aggregate of 17 in 5 subjects. Yes, my best aggregate was, I remember, was oral English. I had my best grade was oral English, grade 2, English language, grade 3, French 4, economics 6, which I didn't register, I just wrote it and I passed. And what not, agree, Captain 4 or so. Hmm? But our best subject came in oral English, grade 2. Let me come in again. Here again, I remember Kofi Mona, a brick at that time. Kofi Mona, I salute you, you and McDonald. Uh, he had 9 ones, 9 ones, and one grade 3. And grade 3 was government, the subject called government. And that was the best grade in the school, probably the whole country. Kofi Mona, I salute you. In those days, we didn't get our results by electronic means. It would come to the headmaster. The headmaster will assemble the school and read to them. McDonald read the results of all students and left Kofi Mona's results for the to the end. As the last person, and come and see when he started with Kofi Mona, the assembly hall was so quiet. In fact, if you dropped a pin on a mattress at that time, people would hear the sound. Everybody was alert because they were waiting. We were waiting to see who would be the best student. And when he read all, we had 5 ones, 4 ones, this 4 5 ones, 4 ones, this, and then we came to Kofi Mana. We knew Kofi Mana was a break, so people were attentive. I understand Kofi Mana had even left the school. So when it started, now Kofi Mana, English language 1, oral English 1, chemistry 1, physics 1, mathematics 1, additional mathematics 1, economics 1, geography 1. I don't remember all the exact subjects, but they were 9. Then he came to government 3. And that was when people got up and everybody was gingered. People wanted to get the grades that Kofi Mona had. So, Kofi Mona, you and McDonald, I salute you wherever you are. Mm? I'm proud of you people. I'm proud of you. I've been asking to see you. I asked Aduko, Father Sebastian, for you, but incidentally, I don't know. He hasn't given me your contact. Either he hasn't given or I try and don't get. Wherever you are, please connect with me. I love you very much. However, he went to sixth form at Achimota. And, women love successful people. They love geniuses. There, a woman threw herself to him. Do whatever you like with me. Government took her. And Incidentally, he didn't do very well. We expected him to get four A's. He didn't. It was other people rather who got four A's. I remember Dr. Elias, sorry, my friend. mm, He got four A's after going to Ahmadiyya Secondary School to do his form. So, Dr. Elias, sorry, mm, thank you. I salute you. Later on in life, in the Ghana Health Service, he was the Director General of Ghana Health Service. And before then, he had tried to help me. But when he went to Accra, it was another problem altogether, a place of indiscipline. So, Elias, sorry, I salute you too. And Kofi Mona, as well, Elias, sorry, I'm with him. We exchanged phone calls, or we've exchanged phone calls before recently. Kofi Mona, let me see you so we can talk and laugh. I remember I took pictures with you during the 50th anniversary. I will show them here, God willing, at an appropriate time. Okay, let's continue. Namshin. Collins MacDonald as the headmaster. In 1974, I wrote the GC. Oh, am I going backwards? Yes, I think I'm going. Secondary school. Amas. No. Okay, let me go back. I had Division 1 with an aggregate of 17 in five subjects. I missed my first choice, which was Ahmadiyya Secondary School, Amas in Kumasi. It was not difficult getting my second choice, which was still Navasco. That was when my woes started to be a number. My woes started due to a number of factors. Full stop. I became complacent, and later I took to taking stimulants to stay awake in order to study. Uh, a notable one at that time was a substance we called purple. Purple was liquid, and it was in a purple bottle. So I can't remember the real name. So we simply named it purple. You take it, you won't sleep. You can read, but if you don't sleep and you have to read, how do you save what you have read in your head? Mm? Call purple. I must have taken it excessively. Yes, it caused sleeplessness. It caused sleeplessness in me. I usually bore the pain of staying awake while my dormitory mates were snoring away at night. I could not read either because I was restless as well. I'm lucky I didn't go mad. I'm just lucky that I didn't go crazy. It was permanent anxiety, more or less, a severe headache. So, young ones, do not take stimulants. It's not good. It was it was no wonder when in 1976 my GCE A level examination results read need my GCE examination results read as follows: biology F, chemistry E, general paper D, physics with maths, physics with mathematics. We used to call it physics cum maths. Physics with mathematics F. And I was surprised I did get F's there, but it's okay. As characteristics of me, I explained the results honestly to my father. He naturally got very disappointed in me and more or less rejected me, but he didn't know. But you see, we don't remember things. It was my own dad who told me. In those days, we used to consult CS, not the CS of today. CS we know in the community who were good, who were Muslims, and we knew their life even from birth to death. We knew them very well. People knew them. He consulted CS to see what sort of boy he had given birth to. He told me, and he told me, they told me what you have born is a learned person. You're born a learned person. So your boy is coming from among learned people. That's my father's. Listen to me. He said, I will be among learned people, not the most learned, because God has learned people, business people, people who will be police, people who will be farmers. He said, no, the man told me you were born amongst learned people. So when I told him I didn't qualify for the safe form, he was disappointed. But he didn't know what precisely that meant. In those days, we didn't know about physics, maths, geography, and whatnot. No, we knew about religion. And in my case, in the case of my area, Islam. You understand me? Then it was later on that it materialized. I finished school, started working, and then something told me, go and study Arabic language. I went and studied it, and now I am preaching with it. So it so happens that the man was right when he said, I'll be among learned people, not necessarily in the sciences. No, it was in another area. And you can see also that when I passed my exam, I missed my first choice, which was Naval School, but rather got my second choice, which was a Catholic school. So I was supposed to do religion, but it never clicked. And incidentally, the teacher told me, no, don't go to St. Charles. You only come out and be a Catholic priest. But today, what is wrong? If I'm a Catholic priest, what is it? You see, so I've sat down and I've said that no, I'm supposed to have excelled in religion. I'm supposed to be preached. I'm supposed to preach or to talk about God. I had vacancy to go to, I had a chance to go to St. Charles to be a priest. It didn't work. Then later, I studied Arabic, and I think it's a bit better for me. Mhm. Okay. Uh, he naturally got very disappointed in me and more or less rejected me. I think we should stop here and continue later. So when we come back next time, we'll start another paragraph altogether. We've gotten to a paragraph or to the end of the beginning of another paragraph. We stop here. Viewers, like I said, I wrote these things long time. Let me see. Monday, December 17, 2001. That is the date I put here for it. I showed it before. And like I said, I even started it earlier, but in a different book. Then I came 2001 to write this one. You can imagine taking decades to write a small book like an autobiography. However, that is all the wish of God. That's how God wants it. If I had written it at that time, who would have read it? By now it would have been lost. I think viewers now will be uh, numbered more than the number that would have read my autobiography, which would have been lost by now. So that's the plan of God. Thank you very much. Illa lika. May God bless you all. Amen.